Coming up on UCF Nightly News, a tribute to one of our own. We honor the life of one of our Nightly News alumnus who tragically passed away this week while reporting a shooting.
Plus, we pay tribute to UCF's longest president, John C. Hitt, who passed away earlier this week at 82 years old.
Later on, a statewide protest makes its way onto our campus. We see what students are doing to make their voices heard.
In sports, UCF Athletics gets a major grant. Find out what this means for the future of our UCF Knights.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Francisco Riostegui.
And I'm Adriana Arcamoni. Today is Friday, February 24th, 2023.
UCF is grieving the loss of one of our own today. Dylan Lyons was a broadcast journalism major here at UCF. He graduated in 2019 and went on to pursue a career as a reporter. On Wednesday afternoon, Lyons was covering a homicide in Pine Hills as a reporter for Spectrum 13. Police say the original shooter came back to the scene of the crime and opened fire on Lyons and his photographer, Jesse Walden. The shooter fled to a home where he also shot and killed a 9-year-old girl and critically wounded her mother. Lyons unfortunately succumbed to his injuries and passed away.
Please join us in taking 13 seconds of silence as we honor Spectrum News 13 reporter Dylan Lyons, who fell victim to the shooting.
In honor of alumna Dylan Lyons, students set up a memorial outside of the Nicholson School of Communication. The memorial began with a sign, a photo of Dylan and the local newspaper that reported on the tragedy. The memorial that bared his photo grew in colorful flowers and candles lit in his honor. As the day went on, more and more people came to pay their respects.
Dylan Lyons' memory stays present, especially to those who are part of his journey to become a journalist here at UCF. UCF Nightly News reporter Nicole Osorio sat down with one of his former professors to share his thoughts.
Lyons graduated from the Nicholson School of Communications in May of 2019. Journalism professor Rick Bronson remembers him for bringing a bright spirit to the newsroom.
So he was very energetic, enthusiastic, he was very driven. He was passionate about doing this.
Professor Bronson is the faculty advisor of the journalism club RTDNA. Lyons served as president for the club from August of 2017 to April of 2019. Bronson says he was always willing to help.
He wasn't just in it for himself. He was looking around like a good point guard.
During his time at UCF, Lyons left a mark on his classmates and his instructors.
Dylan was the best of us. He was a bright light. He died doing what he loved.
Bronson hopes that Lyons' legacy will not be forgotten in the UCF community. In Orlando, Nicole Osorio, UCF Nightly News.
The journalism clubs here at UCF, in partnership with NSCM today, will be hosting a vigil outside the Nicholson School at 6:30 p.m.
Dylan Lyons also played a crucial role for the Nightly News team while he was a student just 4 short years ago. Lyons told some of UCF's biggest stories as a reporter, and when he wasn't out in the field, he was sitting at the anchor desk informing other students and members of the community. Former colleague Jeremy Brenner says Lyons' love for hard-hitting journalism is what motivated him and his classmates.
And that's what I'll remember him by, is he was willing to go the distance, tell those hard-hitting stories, inform the people, and he enjoyed doing it. And I think that serves as inspiration for all of us, that we should do what we want to do in our lives.
passion for journalism and leadership radiated at UCF, also serving as RTDNA president from September 2018 until May 2019. The Nicholson School and our nightly news team will forever remember the impact Dylan Lyons left on the Orlando community. Now we will take a look at a series of Dylan Lyons' news stories from when he was a reporter at Nightly News 4 years ago.
The University of Central Florida and the U.S. Army's Program Executive Office for Simulation, Training, and Instrumentation announced a new partnership. Starting this spring, the U.S. Army's Synthetic Training Environment Cross-Functional Team will begin training in UCF's Partnership 4 building in Research Parkway. Major General Maria Gervais explains more about this building.
We're bringing what is the U.S. Army's synthetic training environment, our cross-functional team.
President Dale Whitaker spoke at the event and said he is excited about this new collaboration. And Gervais says there's going to be even more Army partnerships included in this building.
We also have what is known as a training innovation facility, which is going to bring in all of our partners, for example, from PEO Strive, from the other service partners that are down here, also bringing in our science and technology partners that are also located in Orlando.
And with the grand opening of this building here in Research Parkway, the Department of Defense is now in Central Florida's backyard. Brigadier General Mike Sloan says this new building will help the U.S. identify new defense tactics.
See if it meets the need, work with industry rapidly so they can make adjustments and bring that capability to us, and be able to do that as fast or faster than the enemy is threatening us.
The cross-functional team is located out of state and will relocate to this building. But for now, reporting in Orlando, Dylan Lyons, UCF Nightly News.
We'll keep you up on any new developments or projects that come from this partnership.
Action inside Burger U as it was announced that UCF claimed an at-large bid in the NCAA tournament with a number 9 ranking. UCF junior guard Aubrey Dawkins is thrilled to be playing in the big dance.
It meant the world. This is what we play for. This is what we work so hard for in the gym, so I'm excited.
This is the first time the Knights will be back in the big dance since 2005. Head coach Johnny Dawkins says he is excited for his team. He says he hopes they make the most of this opportunity to play for a national championship.
Well, we have to stay in the moment. We've talked about that all year long. We've actually practiced that way. We've played our games this season that way. And now it's going to come to true test. You know, we're in our last opportunity. You know, it's win or go home now. This is it for your seasons.
UCF participated in the NIT Invitational in 2012 and 2017. The Knights did make it to the NIT Final Four 2 years ago. Senior guard BJ Taylor says the team has the confidence to beat anybody.
I mean, I always felt like we had a good enough team throughout the entire season. The talent, the players. I always felt like we had a good enough team. It was just about, you know, getting the wins we needed and beating the teams we had to beat. So, I mean, you know, definitely after we beat Houston and then we beat Cincinnati, I mean, those are 2 really big wins for us at the end of the season there, and, you know, kind of gave us the confidence to know, like, you know, we can beat anybody, and, you know, we're as good as any team in the country.
Now, the Knights have never won a game in the NCAA tournament and look to change that against VCU on Friday in Columbia, South Carolina. But for now, reporting on UCF's main campus, Dylan Lyons, UCF Nightly News.
Hello, I'm John.
Lyons' sister, Rachel Lyons, created a GoFundMe to help support his family and cover funeral expenses. If you would like to contribute, you can scan the QR code on your screen.
UCF Nightly News would like to take a moment to honor the life and legacy of former UCF President John C. Hitt. He served as UCF's 4th president from 1992 until 2018, the longest for any state university system president since the 1940s. During Hitt's tenure, the schools hit many milestones. Some of these included opening the College of Medicine in Lake Nona and the on-campus football stadium. That was an early catalyst for UCF's upcoming entry to the Big 12 Conference. He also was among the 3 presidents of the area state colleges to introduce Direct Connect to UCF in 2006. Hitt will be remembered for awarding more than 260,000 degrees, with UCF's enrollment tripling from 21,000 to more than 66,000 by his retirement. He is survived by his wife and former UCF First Lady Martha Hitt, their 2 children, grandchildren, and great-grandson Luca.
President John C. Hitt was the first of his family to attend college. This led to immense growth in and around the UCF community. Under the leadership of President Hitt, the graduation retention rate hit its highest peak ever, as well as incoming freshman SAT scores. The 5 goals that Hitt set for UCF include offering the best undergrad education in Florida, achieving international prominence in key programs, provide international focus to research programs, be more inclusive and diverse, and become America's leading partnership university. During his time, his success in achieving these goals led to UCF being trademarked as America's Partnership University. Hitt also ranks 3rd among the longest-serving presidents in U.S. history. The university's plans for a memorial service that will be shared in the coming weeks.
Nightly News anchor Gianna Ford joins us now at the desk.
So Gianna, I've heard a heat wave is making its way towards Central Florida. Can you tell us how that's going to affect the UCF area?
Brace yourself, spring is coming, and it's coming in hot. This morning, we woke up to dense fog and visibility at a quarter to a half of a mile in some locations. Temperatures are currently soaring in the upper 80s and possible 90s inland this afternoon. We could possibly see daytime high temperature records broken, but also broken records for February in the winter season. Might be time to put away your winter clothes and bring out your warmer wear.
Coming up after the break, UCF students walked out of class yesterday to protest Ron DeSantis and his recent demands. I got the opportunity to talk to the students that organized the protest, and they were saying their rights are being violated.
Plus, one new degree is making waves for the UCF community. Find out what one of the first students to graduate had to say after the break.
A protest called the Walkout for Freedom occurred at Memory Mall here at UCF. I had the opportunity to find out why students are taking to the streets.
January 11th, Governor Ron DeSantis issued a request for all medical records pertaining to gender dysphoria and gender-affirming care from all public universities. This caused a stir-up among students and faculty within the institutions who've complied with the request, prompting protests across the state. Ben Braver, a student at USF, has helped organize a series of walkouts across Florida's university campuses.
that there are all these strong organizations working diligently and passionately to fight for our rights. But we need to work together, and we come together. When we take a stand for freedom together, then we win.
UCF is one of the public institutions who have complied with DeSantis' request. As a result, students assembled at Memory Mall to voice their outrage at the university's choice.
I am currently at Memory Mall here at UCF campus, and behind me there are gathered about 200 students currently protesting a walkout for freedom. They are protesting their rights for diversity and inclusion.
Olivia Solomon is a UCF student and activist who worked with Braver to organize a protest at Memory Mall. Solomon says this protest is all about elevating everyone's voices and being heard.
We are here and we are students who will stand up for them. We will stand with them and we will fight back, and we are not going to silently go in the dark.
Students like Benjamin Sandlin joined the protest, claiming the university is sitting idly by as people have their rights stripped away.
These people's voices matter. Their rights matter, and we need to do everything we can to protect their right to speak and say what they want to say, share who they feel, how they feel, and who they are.
Many students see these records requests as an attack on universities' diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is still unclear on what DeSantis intends to do with the requested information.
We have reached out to UCF this morning for comment, but did not receive a response by deadline. Today, UCF will host a public comment session for students to talk directly to the Board of Trustees.
Governor Ron DeSantis has proposed legislation to let Florida residents give a $2 billion tax break. Our nightly news weather anchor Gianna Ford tells us more about what this means for students.
23-24 fiscal budget, Governor Ron DeSantis has proposed Framework for Freedom. This proposed budget will cut taxes on a number of items. These items include baby products like diapers and wipes, pet supplies, and toiletries. This will directly affect students like Markel Jones, who says he spends about $150 a month on basic items.
Currently, as a student, I live in a dorm, and having to buy these products that in bulk, especially for, say, my roommates, myself, and everything, it can definitely rack up. I spent about $150 the other day just to get basic essential needs that I need for my daily life.
If this bill gets passed, students can expect to pay less while buying things like toilet paper and toothpaste and shopping in stores like the one right behind me.
During a press conference at an Ocala appliance store, Governor Ron DeSantis says that this bill is focused on helping families. Some Democratic lawmakers say that this bill is a great first step, but more can be done. Legislators like Florida Representative Anna Escamani are pushing to permanently remove taxes on some of these items.
Here in Florida, we still tax children's diapers and incontinence products. And so last year, I was able to work across the aisle to get into the tax package a 1-year sales tax break on diapers, and we want to make that permanent.
Governor DeSantis' framework also supports people employed by the state. He has implemented a 5% pay raise for all state employees. He has increased correctional officer salaries to $23 an hour and added a 10% pay increase for people working in hard-to-fill positions. In Orlando, Gianna Ford, UCF Nightly News.
This bill is still in the legislature's office, and once it is approved, it will go into effect for the upcoming fiscal year.
UCF is offering a new biomedical engineering doctoral degree that was first launched in the fall of 2022. Nightly News reporter Mia Striegel spoke to one of the first students in the major and also talked with a member of the biomedical engineering faculty who expresses the importance of this program.
They added it. I think it was definitely a need that we had.
Madison Messmore is one of the first students at UCF to pursue a doctoral degree in biomedical engineering.
I always really wanted to do medical related stuff, and I really enjoy engineering. And that was, a really big driver into why I chose, going into this degree.
This is the newest degree offered in the College of Engineering and Computer Science through the Department of Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering.
According to UCF's website, the new program will give students an opportunity to learn more about biomechanics and biostructures.
The program also offers students with the ability to engage in advanced research, analysis, experimentation, and design. Associate Professor Helen Huang says she writes research opportunities for students in this degree and helped to develop and teach some of the classes for biomedical engineering.
The PhD degree is something I've always hoped that UCF would offer, so I'm really happy that we are able to offer it now.
Huang says this program has a partnership with the College of Medicine, which allows students to actually see anatomical features rather than just seeing them in a book. In Orlando, Mia Striegel, UCF Nightly News.
The deadline to apply for the doctorate in biomedical engineering program is July 1st for the fall semester and December 1st for the spring semester. Coming up after the break, we check in with our friends at Embry-Riddle to see what temperatures are looking like across the nation.
Plus, UCF Athletics gets a multi-million-dollar grant from an anonymous donor. Find out what this donation will do for our baseball and football programs.
It is definitely warming up outside.
So, Gianna, what's the weather looking like across Florida?
It's been getting warmer in the past few days. Come on, let's talk about our highs. Right now in Orlando, our high is 89 degrees. In Tampa, our high is 88 degrees. In Jacksonville, it's 87 degrees. Tallahassee is a high at 86 degrees, and Miami is at 82. Let's talk about our 5-day forecast. For the next 5 days, our highs will be in the high 80s. Our lows will be in the 60s, and our rain chance is about 8%, anywhere between 8 and 18%. Now, let's check in with our partners at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Meteorologist Major Kelsey Ennis shows us what's happening across the nation.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for having me. I want to point your attention to something going on the West Coast. We have blizzard warnings in effect for parts of Los Angeles for the first time since 1989. As this low pressure system moves through the area, we'll see snow in the higher elevations and a lot of rain in the lower elevations of Los Angeles. Those snow totals in the Los Angeles area are looking between 24 and 40 inches, which is absolutely absurd for this area, which is typically a little bit drier than Northern California. But still, we're seeing those snow totals in California, 24 to 40 inches, and even Northern California looking about the same in snow totals. Temperatures across the country looking absolutely frigid for that area. As we move through the weekend, we'll notice those temperatures start to drop as that low pressure system moves through the area. But as we move through and that low pressure system moves through, we'll start seeing those temperatures warm up a bit, and we're just going to see them return to normal for winter time in that area. But in the southeast area, compared to the rest of the country, looking absolutely beautiful. So enjoy that weather and enjoy that time outside compared to the rest of the country.
Coming up after the break.
A multi-million-dollar donation, the second largest donation in UCF history. We'll see exactly where those funds are going to go after the break.
Good afternoon, Knights. I'm Abigail Lafferty, and this is your weekly Nightly News Sports Update. UCF Athletics has received the largest donation in athletics history. More than $5 million has been committed to athletics by a UCF baseball alum who wishes to remain anonymous. The UCF Foundation stated in a press release that $4 million will be invested into the UCF baseball program, while $1 million will be set aside for UCF football. This is the second donation that athletics has received that is over $5 million in the past year. Philanthropists Sharon and Mark Hagel committed $5 million in June of 2022. UCF announced this huge contribution during the Knights baseball home opener on February 17th. That's all I have for you today in sports. Back to you, Francisco and Adriana.
That's our time for today. Thank you for joining us.
And if you got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at UCF Nightly News on our Instagram page. Thanks for watching and have a great day.